we're moving in the i20 N line right now, right here. This is the N8 variant of the vehicle, and yeah, there are certain thuds coming into it, and that's pretty much because of the stiff setup that this car has. This is mainly due to the bit of stiffness that this particular model, the N line, carries, which isn't present on the regular i20, which is all based on a more softer setup. So that stiffness does aid that ability to corner this vehicle with such confidence. It aids to help you drive at faster speeds, push through tighter situations, and just simply zip zap through traffic like you have an N vehicle right here. 16 inches of what these are. Wind noise, tire noise, it's pretty much non-existent. So we're running with the McPherson struts in the front on the front wheel drive setup in this vehicle. So even on a long distance, I don't think so you're gonna end up experiencing any kind of fatigue, surely due to the comfort with these seats in the front at least. Getting into the rear seat of the i20 N line. Doors again slam with a good old thud. Now the whole blacked up design, it's very aesthetically sporty. The front seat's in my position, I'm 5'10", and I've got ample amounts of leg room as well. The headroom is pretty decent. Head's almost about a touch in this rear corner out here. But other than that, yeah, it really does feel like you can accommodate three, especially with 3 headrests at the back. That's how Hyundai feels you could. But I do believe that 3 at the back would only be comfy in city limits. If you're going on the highway or whatever it is, you'd be definitely okay with 2 at the back. Seat upholstering and stuff, it's really supportive on the back. It's quite comfortable actually. I don't think so you're going to be that tired. You're not going to feel any kind of claustrophobia or whatever it is. There are no sunshades for these windows at the back out here. All hard touch, scratchy plastics. A couple of AC vents with the red accentation continues at the back here. Even got a USB charging socket out there. A bit of a hatch out there to store stuff. There's no center armrest or anything either. The red checkered flag design continues even on the back seats. And overall, yeah, it's a nice airy place to be in, but I'd much rather prefer the front seats. Hop into the boot, get ample amount of space. The practicality is nowhere compromised. We do get our Bose subwoofer as well right out there at the back. And then the boot's nicely hatched up, decent amount of space in there. So this engine in this car is a 1-liter turbo petrol GDI. It makes 120 PS and 172 Newton meters of torque. It's fairly decent, but a 1-liter in an N vehicle is unheard of really. And Hyundai have mainly done this in order to give you that entire aesthetic appeal around this car. You could clearly see my steering wheel as well. It says N down there. It's a tri-spoked one, nicely leather stitched, wrapped with this red stitching around it. There's so many red accents in the blacked out cabin out here that we're seated in. It is something that is, not present in the regular i20. And that's what really separates this and takes it a level above. I've got this massive infotainment screen in the front of me. It's got a 7-speaker Bose sound system with it. It has that Blue Link technology that gives you unlimited connectivity options through your phone, making it into a proper smart car experience, as good as it can get. Now my climatic control system is a single zone climatic control system right out here. The temperature is adjusted with this lever, and it's all physical, so nice to touch. And physical buttons, which is a complete boon for the AC. This thing is what auto manufacturers should never really get rid of, are these physical buttons. Now we do get a fully digital driver's cluster, but it does have a MID display in the middle that depicts some driver information. The revs go up in the reverse pattern, redlining at 6,500 RPM. The speedo as well runs in the reverse pattern, running up to 220 km/h. There's also a compass for navigation, as well as dedicated tire pressure for all 4 tires. Now let's quickly dip it into the sport mode to get that real feel of what this car is all about. So just a quick slap of the gear, and we are moved and in the sport mode. So it's pretty agile, and whoa, this is a pleasant surprise. It's holding revs. And it can go, this car really can go. It's just simply evolved into a different kind of machine. And it handles really well. It runs right into the corners and grips. But yeah, there is a bit of that lag at times. When you expect that instant power delivery, the lag does kick in. Let's quickly flick these paddles now behind, get a better feel of the sport mode. Downshifting all the way down to the 3rd gear. Kicks in. And we're all the way to the red line. 6,000 RPM is where it actually builds maximum power, this car. And you can quite literally feel it, it's flying right now. The gearbox responsiveness now, this isn't a DSG or something. Being a DCT, I'm not really noticing that much of lag or whatever. I was really underestimating it. But I think it's fairly responsive and it's doing a good job. The accelerator pedal as well as the brake pedal are extremely light when you depress. So that's a typical Hyundai thing. I've noticed that in most of their vehicles. You don't really get that much of weight under your foot. You could just simply do things with extreme comfort. The position I'm seated in, looking at these A-pillows out here, they're narrow, there are no real blind spots. Good gap around the wing mirrors as well on the side. Rear view glass is massive. Now I can't really hear any kind of exhaust sound or anything coming into the cabin. Now as sporty as it's meant to sound, it still does sound like a motorcycle. This thing, it can put a smile on your face. It really can. It holds your revs. It just simply does what the driver desires off of it. So that was our drive in the i20 N-Line. It's amazed me to the point that I just simply go right there right now and just buy it. That's how I feel about it. The DCT was great. I really underestimated that thing in the start. But yep, the engine as well, it takes off. Yeah, I know it isn't a full-blown N or whatever, but now with no Polo GT in the market, if someone's out there looking for a hot, handsome-looking hatch like this, the i20 N-Line is your only answer, really. I'm Raspreet Gill, and I'll see you all for the next one. Do like and subscribe if you did like this video.